Being young was one of the most interesting things whereby I started developing ideas of cooking where we'd be playing with a few things, a few tins, cooking sand, cooking soil and all that. And the time came in whereby I found myself learning how to cook from my mother, from the maid. I was 11 years old when they invited me officially and they told me, you know what, starting from today onwards, you're going to learn how to cook.
I started cooking way back when I think I was in P3. What I was taught first was how to make chapatis. And also fry the Irish with soup. I learned those two things specifically from my elder sister.
And they would teach us how you can be able to fry eggs, what goes in first and what comes last. Secondly, I learned how to prepare katogo because that was my dad's favorite food for breakfast. Yeah, matoke with peanuts, matoke with peas, or beans, fresh beans. Then also I learned how to prepare rice. Of course, adding their salt and all that. They used to teach us how you can be able to measure what amount goes in, what amount. Secondly, also being able to fry, spaghetti and Irish. We often used to have maids from northern Uganda, and there is a way they would really prepare their posho to be that soft and smooth and all that. So it's the maid who taught me how to prepare and mingle that nice posho. When I was young, they could not even allow us to prepare some foods. Like mingling posho, we didn't know that. Preparing matoke, yes, we could peel, but then if we didn't know the process, how they the stuff of Baganda. But now, yeah, as I'm growing, it is interesting.
When I was young, for the matoke, I didn't mind when I was cooking. That you just put in banana fibers and you cook, you put there, because that's how our mom wanted it to be like. After growing up, I discovered why it has changed, because now we don't have time. So right now we are looking for the easiest way to cook.
There is no shortcut in food, most especially if you want the best from it, then that means that you have to give it time. People learn to cook over time. When I was being taught how to prepare meat, they would tell you to fry all the ingredients first and then put in the raw meat. But these days, you first have to steam the meat. When it is ready, then you start putting in ingredients one by one, like that. I've adopted to different methods of cooking and different appliances. From firewood, I learned how to prepare with charcoal on a sigiri. A time came in whereby, of course, I was introduced to gas and all that.
On a daily basis, it is LPG and an EPC. Lighting a charcoal stove, it really takes time compared to how you can use the modern appliances. Now, if you're to use gas, that is LPG, you just have to light, then you leave the things boil there, or EPC, you just cover, then whatever you're boiling just gets ready, and actually it just switches off itself than the charcoal stove where you have to always monitor. It can't switch off itself, otherwise whatever you're cooking might even get burnt. So I really feel like the modern way is better compared to the local.
Electronic things are very expensive. For example, as a girl, I grew up wanting to bake. I love bakery, but I can, just because the oven and stuff, they're very expensive, so I quit.
Sometimes you find that if you're going to cook, then power is off. There, it is really a barrier.
Using gas was hard for me at the beginning, but with time I got to learn and I got to really adopt and understand. We are already actually running. We're already going towards it, because with the technology, back then we used to use firewood, but now we use electricity, so things are really quite good.
The cooking will be eased in the future. One, I believe that if the modern technology hits in like this, people will adopt that. Firstly, it is time saving. Secondly, it is quicker to learn or to use, because you might find that the people who like usually work usually we leave our homes early, then we come back late. So that by the time you come back, you really don't want to light a cigarette.